Congratulations to Matt Kenseth as he's now been officially inducted into the NASCAR Hall of Fame as the class of 2023, along with longtime driver Herschel McGriff and crew chief Kirk Shelmerdine. Mike Helton will also be inducted as the Landmark Award winner for outstanding contributions to the sport. But we will focus on Kenseth, and congratulations to the others on getting in. They were all selected last May 2022. Kenseth drove for 18 full seasons in the NASCAR Cup Series before he retired in 2020. He won 39 races and had 20 poles. Kenseth also had 182 top 5s, 331 top 10s, and led 11,769 laps with an average finish of 14.6 and 697 starts. He is 21st all-time in wins. He won the sport's biggest races, all of them, including the Daytona 500 in 2009 and 2012, the Coca-Cola 600, the Southern 500, and the All-Star Race. Kenseth won the 2003 Cup Series championship in a dominant season in which he led the point standings for the final 32 weeks of that season. He made the playoffs in 13 of 14 seasons and finished second twice. He also won 29 Xfinity Series races. Kenseth also won the 2000 Rookie of the Year in a great class which included fellow Hall of Famer and Dale Earnhardt Jr. Kenseth was a driver who earned the respect of his fellow competitors, including Jimmy Johnson and Kevin Harvick. Johnson, who is a 7-time Cup champion, had some of his biggest battles on the racetrack with Kenseth, talked about him and more. There was always a deep level of trust that we're going to give 100%, not step over the line, not clean each other out, Johnson said. As a competitor, he was one of the few that I knew we'd race hard, but we wouldn't cross the line. Johnson said the two started a friendship away from the racetrack, riding bicycles. I absolutely call him a friend, Johnson said. His family, his kids, are close. My kids, our wives are close. Like, we've really become friends, and I'm so thankful for it. Harvick also talked about Kenseth as a fair driver, but added that he is, quote, that sneaky guy that would dump you. If you did him wrong, he was going to give back exactly what he got, Harvick said. As you look back at Matt, he was one of the rare few that would always just figure it out and find his way to the front by the time that the race was over. He's a great, hardcore, good racer, and I always respected him. Here's Kenseth talking about what it's like to enter the Hall of Fame and more, courtesy of NASCAR America Motor Mouths.
I haven't really thought about it much, except for the last 2 days. I got to be honest, I actually thought about it a fair amount. So, but you know me well. I was actually out doing some yard work with Kaylin and came in, and Katie was watching the thing on her phone. So I got to watch Steve O'Donnell introduce it. So yeah, just it's really just a huge honor to be in consideration to start with, and then to get voted in. Obviously, that's quite the honor. So don't really know what to say. Just excited to be in that group and to be voted in.
Well, Matt, hey, look, man, congratulations. I'm really happy for you. If we party about this like we did for your championship, it's going to be trouble. Listen, I want to know, like, when you were racing as a young man in Wisconsin, like, did you ever even consider that could be a pathway to the Cup Series?
No, well, first of all, I still have that shirt from that night, Jeff. I still have that. I don't have many things, but I was going through my closet. A few weeks ago, I was looking for a shirt to go to church, and I found that thing still sitting there, and has your autograph on it and no buttons for some reason. But anyway, after the second part of your question, it's crazy to think, that the first time I went to the racetrack with my dad when I was 13, I would work on his car, and I didn't start driving until I was 16. I had that old 81 Camaro. I still got a picture of it here. I actually have that car here, believe it or not. And then to kind of bookend that with being in the NASCAR Hall of Fame is just a pretty crazy feeling. Never dreamed it ever would have came to that. We just started racing really for something for father and son to do together, something instructed to do together, and started having a little bit of success here and there, and would meet some other people that would let me drive their cars that we couldn't afford to build. And, it doesn't really seem real. Even when I look back on it now, it's just one thing led to another. And I kept getting more and more opportunities and kept getting some success, and somehow ended up here.
Kenseth also talked about if he felt good about his chances in getting into the Hall of Fame and more, also courtesy of NASCAR America Motor Mouths.
I didn't really think about that. Like, I didn't really think about like numbers and accomplishments or really anything like that. Honestly, it's just been time where I've kind of reflected a little bit more in my career and, all the people I've worked with and how blessed I was to work with so many great people. I mean, one of them sitting right there in between you. I've just had so many different influences on me and so many different mentors and so many people that have taught me so many things. And really, they deserve the credit. I mean, the driving isn't really the hardest part. It's all the rest of it. And I had a lot of great people that did all that for me through the years. So just fortunate and just so blessed to have had all those people in my life and have some success and to be able to cap off a career like this.
Congratulations to Matt Kenseth getting to the NASCAR Hall of Fame, as it's an incredible honor. I've talked about him over the years on the channel. In 2017, when he won his at Phoenix, which wound up being his final career win, and he did it in the 35th race that year. And in 2018, I talked about him also when he came back to NASCAR and rejoined Roush Fenway Racing that year as well. And I said that he should have gotten a ride, everything like that, how he didn't have a ride. And in 2020, when he joined Chip Ganassi Racing, after he replaced Kyle Larson, who was fired/suspended for what he did as well. But 2020 wasn't the year that Kenseth had hoped for. He said that he wouldn't have come back to race had the season started in February. And they came back in May after they came back from the COVID shutdown. And he didn't have the year that he hoped for. He only had 2 top 10s and 1 top 5, with the best finish of second that he had at the Brickyard 400 at Indianapolis Motor Speedway over there at Indy, which was the last time that the Cup Series raced on the oval there as well. And he finished second to Kevin Harvick that day. But that doesn't take away from what he did his entire career as well. What a career he had, 39 wins, winning all the Daytona 500s, 2 of them, winning Coca-Cola 600, which wound up being his first career win. In 2017, he ran that throwback pace scheme to his 2000 pace scheme in what was his final race with Joe Gibbs Racing. Also, winning the Southern 500, everything like that. And in 2000, he had that battle with Dale Jr. for Rookie of the Year, which was incredible, battle between those two, as well as Jr. being a fellow Hall of Famer as well there too. And he was mentored, Kenseth was mentored by Mark Martin, who is also a Hall of Famer as well, known for his success at Roush and everything like that too. Even though he never won a championship, unlike Kenseth. Kenseth got his in 2003, which was well-deserved on his end because of the fact that he won it in the regular season with the full season as well. And people say, why did he need to do it all that? He only won 1 race, everything like that. And even though Ryan Newman won 8 races, but he didn't win the championship because Newman had the DNFs that year. And Kenseth, he was consistent with leading the points for almost the whole year. And even though he only won 1 race, he deserved that championship. It was not his fault that it was the full season championship at that point, which was the Winston Cup championship back before the chase and the playoffs and all that stuff too, which was something that he accomplished, which wasn't his fault. He deserved that championship. And as a result, after that, they ended up playing the chase and then later the playoffs. And Kenseth never won another championship, but he deserved that because of consistency. And he's the last full season champion as well in NASCAR as a result, in the Cup Series, because of they put the playoffs as well. But congratulations to him, though. It's a well-deserved honor. And he's accomplished everything he needed to do in his career, especially having the iconic paint scheme with the DeWalt that he had with the pit crew, which was known as the Killer Bees as well because of the colors that he had with black and gold. And it was just a great paint scheme, iconic. He also had the iconic Best Buy paint scheme also, which is we won the other Daytona 500 with 2012, which is pretty incredible there. And it's just an incredible honor that he has. He wasn't always big about the spotlight, but he still found a way to let it go on the track as far as his runs. And he was very consistent. He always found a way, it seemed to get to the front at the end of the races, even when he didn't necessarily have the best days, it seemed like. But he always found a way to just get back up there. And he ends up having a top 10 after it didn't look like he was going to have any good day at all. But that just shows you how bad Kenseth was. He was just consistent, and he found a way to get it done in a lot of big races. And as a result, he's a Hall of Famer. So it's pretty awesome that he did that. Congratulations to him. And he's had a lot of great success also with his crew chief, Robbie Reiser, who was also part of the Killer Bees pit crew as well, especially. He's raced for Reiser for a lot of years, dating back to the Busch Series. And he's driven Chevys as well, even well before that, when he was in the Busch Series, happened to also be DeWalt as well. But he also raced in the Cup Series in the 90s as well, in 1998, when he filled in for Bill Elliott after the death of Bill Elliott's father as well. when he filled in there, and he ran well too. He had a top 10, so he was always just that kind of consistency driver, and he's had his runners over the years as well, despite being like mostly like not known for like something like that as far as like controversies. He's been mostly like quiet and not big on spotlight, like I said. But he had that with 2015 with Joey Logano at the wrecking at Barnesville Speedway as well, like, and he turned him like intentionally because it wrecked him into the wall. Because of how he felt like when Logano wrecked him at Kansas a couple weeks before. And Logano was on a great run as well, winning 3 races in a row during that year's chase. And Kenseth felt like he intentionally did that to him, so he did it back. And then the crowd cheered as well after Kenseth wrecked him, even though, especially since Logano doesn't have the best reputation of being liked by the fans. And as a result, Kenseth like did what he had to do. Even though Kenseth was suspended for 2 races, still like it doesn't take away from what he's done in his career. Obviously, he's had a lot of great teammates over the years as well, with Jet Burton and Greg Biffle, as well with Kurt Busch, Mark Martin, like I said earlier, too, and even Carl Edwards. 2005, he made the chase, and like all 5 of the team from Roush Racing made it. Half of like the field, even though none of them won the championship that year, it's still incredible to see that. Especially, and that was when it was a 10-driver chase before it became the playoffs, and that was incredible that he did that. As well, he's had a lot of great like finishes. Of course, who could forget like, winning like in 2004, like, winning the first couple races there, like Rockham, Las Vegas with Casey Kane, pretty incredible battles there as well. Just like incredible career as overall, and obviously those Daytona 500s are a pretty big deal too. So it's just an incredible career for Matt Kenseth, and congratulations to him on getting into the Hall of Fame, everything like that, and it's just incredible. And his teammates were just like that pushed him to better, and obviously when he won like with Roush during its peak, they won a lot of races, especially when they got Homestead, when it was like the Ford Championship weekend, which was incredible that they were able to win for all those years. And just Matt Kenseth was just like that kind of driver, very consistent. And congratulations to him on getting to the Hall of Fame, well deserved. And when he filled in for Bill Elliott, he had a McDonald's car as well, the Ford Taurus. It was just pretty ironic that he ended up racing with McDonald's again in 2020, like for a couple races they sponsored him too. So that was pretty incredible there too. And just like I said, congratulations to Matt Kenseth like on getting to the Hall of Fame. It's just incredible honor, well deserved, and it's pretty incredible that he's able to celebrate with his family, everything like that. And it's just congratulations to him, well deserved. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like, and if you're a brand new, subscribe. And in honor of Kenseth getting to the Hall of Fame as well, here's some commercials from his time in NASCAR as well. Enjoy those, and peace.
At this moment, all of my past accomplishments mean nothing. Better starts now.
Citizen Echo Drive, powered by light. Any light never needs a battery. Citizen.
The drive to win is for life. And with Sprint, so is unlimited, guaranteed. Switch now and save up to $100 off any phone.
He's not even human. He's like a robot.
Why? Because he always wins?
Need another Kenseth.
Copy that. Did I win?
Yep.
He's a robot.
A winning robot.
Walkie-talkies get it done. Nextel.
The Gillette Young Guns. To me, shaving is just like racing. I'll do anything I can to get an advantage. So I use Mach 3 Turbo Champion from Gillette. It's the closest, most comfortable shave, even against the grain. It keeps me ahead of the competition.
What are you doing in my car?
Nothing.
What are you guys doing?
Nothing.
Mach 3 Turbo Champion. The only razor used by the Gillette Young